okay, you can always contact us, okay, if you need any more specific training or session on the various subject. Hope, okay, that everything that we've showed you, okay, is good enough, okay, for you guys, okay, to design, okay, and to understand our portfolio. Today, okay, we have decided, okay, to do that last session, okay, in collaboration, okay, with Milestone. So Peter is there with us. So there is a lot of things you'll see. Actually, almost everything that we represent as a red firm is integrated inside Milestone. So it's a no-brainer for us. Okay, that it's a partner to us. Basically, I will leave it to Peter. Okay, to introduce. And you probably all know Milestone already. Okay, but the objective today, okay, is to demonstrate, to show how. All these interaction is being done inside Milestone. So we're going to have a live demo as well to show you. All right. So Peter, it's all yours. You're muted.
So thank you, guys. I had to remove the mute. Yeah, so a lot of you probably know me. It's Peter Langeris. I'm responsible for sales. Some of you have been working very closely with Joe Beatty. Joe Beatty is the inside channel manager, so he's helping me out to basically provide better service to you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you guys just to reiterate how we go to market Milestone. And let me just wear my headsets because it's going to be much better. One sec. So you guys can hear me better. So let me just switch to headsets because they're fully charged now. So charge. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Did it switch on? Yeah, awesome. Thank you. So let me just so what I'm going to do is for this presentation is I'm going to go back and forth from my presentation, but also from my website. And what I feel it's important with the website is the value or what we have on our website that you guys can basically access. So let me start the presentation. And can you guys see my screen?
No.
All right, one more time. Should be good now.
Looks good. Yep. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So the key, I won't spend too much time just reiterating, but the key message behind Milestone is that we're a software company. So our strength is software. All our products, 95% of our products are software. We don't do cameras, we don't do access control. We don't do any analytics, to be honest with you guys. All the stuff that what we try to do Milestone is we try to bring it in from partners into Milestone, okay? So this is the strength of Milestone here. And if you look at, we have global presence. We're not a huge company like some of our competitors, but the key takeaway here is when you look at the top right-hand corner, it says over 1,600 solution partners. And then on the bottom here left, over 9,000 devices. This is the strength that we have Milestone, okay? So this is how we go to market. We believe a lot in the openness, okay? And the best way I could present it, and again, if you're getting presentations from other VMSs, other competitors of Milestone, the way they're going to present it is they're going to present it basically their products, their features, etc. But the way we go to market Milestone is we go to market with our partners, okay? There's big incentives for Milestone to sell products with partners, huge incentives. This is our DNA. So the way we structured our architecture of the product is Milestone is considered basically a platform. So not just, we don't call it a VMS, we call it a platform. And that's what you see the big square here, all right? And what you do is you start building apps on this platform. So when you deploy a Milestone solution, for example, when you look at here, the hardware layer underneath, right? So when you look at the hardware layer is any off-the-shelf servers and storage we can work. The other part of the hardware layer that people are using it very loosely is the IoT devices, which is cameras, IO devices, could be sensors, could be a lot of other devices that are coming into the market, into the security market in the next 3 to 5 years. So what we've done, Milestone, is on the hardware side, is we have developed this in such a way that it's completely decoupled from our actual software. So what does that mean for you guys? What it means is if you deploy a Bosch camera, okay, and then 2-3 years down the road, you're running Milestone without Bosch camera, and you need to replace that Bosch camera. You need to add new Bosch cameras, new models. You do not require to do a complete software upgrade. It's just drivers, okay? It's just drivers that you're loading into this software. And the driver is just, it's not a big file. It's about 200 meg file that you're loading. It's a whole bunch of libraries. And this allows you to get the Bosch cameras quickly into Milestone without basically doing a huge upgrade of the software. Any questions on that? We good? Good. So where am I leading to all this? The thing I want to lead here, and I want to focus a bit on before I jump on the actual applications that have been written around it. And Novytec, it's a company that, believe it or not only they support Bosch, but they support basically other third-party partners that are fully integrated with our VMS, which is a huge, huge offering for you guys because it's a one-stop communication channel with Novytec and basically Milestone. So that's a huge advantage. So let me just go to my website here, and I just want to share with you. So on my website, when you go to, it's simple, milestonesys.com, you hit on support and you hit supported devices. Once you do all that, you get here a whole bunch of supported devices that you're looking at. So when I go here, show advanced filters, and I choose the manufacturer, and we go scroll down, and we select Bosch. All right, all of a sudden what you see is I have 182 devices that we support from Bosch. But one thing I want to share with you that you might not be aware is when you're working on projects and you want to zero in on certain capabilities of the Bosch cameras, what you do is you hit on events, and here what you can do is you could pick different type of events, and you choose, for example, analytics event, and all of a sudden the list is 106 devices of Bosch, and they're all listed here that support the analytics. And in addition to that, I want to share with you, because there's a lot of introduction for multi-sensor cameras, and they always ask me that question, Peter, how many licenses do I need for multi-sensor camera? What Milestone has done is they spelled it out. So under licenses, the last column, they tell you how many you need, right? So what becomes very interesting with the Bosch product, it's less for the cameras, but when you start looking at encoders from Bosch, which becomes very attractive, and I want you guys to keep that in mind, is when I select encoder, look all of a sudden how attractive it becomes, right? So this encoders here, it only showed me 2. And the reason why it only showed me 2 encoders is apparently these 2 encoders have some sort of analytics because my filter was based on analytics. But if I remove the filter completely, then these are all the Bosch encoders that we support. But the key takeaway is look at these encoders here. There's 16 port encoders, these ones here. These other ones, 16 port encoders, and these ones 4 device license. But this one here in the bottom here, the XFE, you need 1 license from Milestone for 16 analog devices that you bring on there. So picture now you have a deployment of 160 cameras, all analog, and you want to convert to IP. It's only going to require 10 licenses. You're going to have a huge advantage of over any other VMS that or competitor that's competing with other VMSs. That's a key takeaway. Okay, are we good? Okay. Now, the other thing I want to go back is I want to go back to the analytics, and I'm going to go back to remove encoders and just put the cameras here. So I put here basically cameras, and this. So I know the because we demo a lot is the 7000 series are the top basically, if I'm not mistaken, and the 8000, but the 7000 series support a lot of analytics. So when I click, and I don't know too much this model here, but I'm just clicking on it. Once you click on this model, the credibility I want to share with you, and I want to rest you guys assured, is when you're deploying a Milestone with a Bosch, you see here the firmwares, the device pack, all this is tested by Milestone. So you guaranteed a compatibility when you're deploying the product, okay? Especially you guys in the Atlantic region, if you're competing basically with the Vigilance of the world, they're probably going to be telling you, the guys from Avigilon that, you know, there's no way you can get a good compatibility VMS in a camera if it's not from the same manufacturer. But what you're going to see here in this presentation is going to be the opposite. It's going to show you the value that we can bring a Milestone with third-party cameras like Bosch. So this shows all the credibility we're testing with the firmware. And in addition to this is it shows here all these events here. So we have video events, VMD events, all these events, all these, everything is shown here. So all the analytics events here, all supported with Milestone. Any questions on this before I proceed? No? Okay. So the other thing I want to share with you, I'm going to go back to the presentation here. So I want to focus a bit now on the platform and the application. So when you look at the application here, I'm going to make it larger here, okay? When you look at the application here, when you see everything that said X-Protect, you see a little car here. All these are the applications that have been, this is actually the Milestone product. But when you see a little tag here that says third-party applications is all the third-party partners that have done an integration with Milestone to bring value to your end user. So that's why you see the last column over here. In the last column, basically what you're seeing is a video solution that's powered by Milestone. So the key takeaway and the key message that we're giving that we're providing is that we cannot do everything ourselves. We want to partner with the best of breed to provide the best solution. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the value of all this, okay? So I showed you the value at the edge with the cameras. And one thing I want to share with you is when I showed you the cameras, just keep in mind, don't just focus of today, okay? I want you guys to be able to focus, when I want you guys to focus is where the industry is heading. And right now, yes, it's easy and we're seeing basically, I'm going to go back here and I'm looking at the devices here, and it's easy to say, okay, my device types are I/O, but you notice here we're putting body-worn cameras, encoders, perimeter detectors. You're going to see this list grow and grow and grow, and you're going to start seeing devices that you've never seen in the security industry. You're going to see a lot of devices that are becoming basically from the industrial world, from buildings, etc., temperature sensors. So that's a big, big push in the next 3 to 5 years. And the beauty about Milestone is we have the driver framework to be able to bring them in. Okay, so that's the edge when you're bringing stuff in at the edge to Milestone. Now what I like to do is I want to share with you, and when I go back here, and I'm going to go in the main website, milestonesys.com. This is a main website. So what Milestone we've done, and we've been working at it for 2 years here to build this, we built this thing called the Marketplace. When you click on Marketplace, right? And I don't know if you guys have seen it before or ever gone to this landing zone. So this is a marketplace. On the extreme left here on the marketplace, it shows all the different partners that work with us. Right now, we're up to about 288. To be honest, we're about at 1,800 partners, but we slowly move them on this marketplace, this landing zone. But just to show you an example, if you're working on any project that requires any sophisticated analytics outside that can be supported from the edge because the processing power is not enough on the cameras, like for example, if you do facial recognition, I'm not talking face detection, but facial recognition, stuff like that, crowd detection and some challenging analytics where you need to rely on third party, we have the solution and we can bring it in for your end user to provide that solution, okay? So why am I showing you this? Well, the reason why I'm showing you this is these are all the partners. And when you type in, so Bosch, so I'm going to type in Bosch. So all of a sudden when I'm starting to type BOS, Bosch, so this is Bosch and this is all the stuff that they've developed. So I'm searching here. So this is not, I'm not, let me just here, I didn't type right, Bosch. So Bosch, and if you look at Bosch, they have an intrusion, but they also have a forensics tool. So when I do Bosch forensics, so this is the forensic tool that belongs to Bosch, nothing to do with Milestone. This all information that you see on this website was developed by Bosch. They put it on our website. But what's beautiful about this is one landing zone, and you guys can get all the information. And here it shows basically this job. There's a plugin for Milestone. It shows the details, how, you know, what you need from a Milestone, what you need from Bosch. An overview, this it shows how does it work. So this is exact snap pictures that came from Bosch. This is the Bosch tool they got for Bosch. And what Bosch has done is Bosch wants to work with Milestone, and what they've done is they created a plugin, which is a forensic plugin, and you do how to install. And this is all the information about the forensic plugin. And you simply click on here and you could download this forensic plugin and install it on the client application. And once you install it on the client application, I'm going to show you, then you get to expose all the analytic search engines that Bosch has worked on. Any questions so far? We're good? Okay. Now, in addition to Bosch, right? So since, you know, so in addition to Bosch, when I go to Marketplace, right? I believe you guys also do Stentophone, right? Right. So we have Stent. Which is the other one? The company that
Well,
that
I
does
think you
spotter.
have to type Zenitel. Try Zenitel. Is it
Z?
Z E N?
No, it has a. They haven't updated it yet on my website.
Okay, well, maybe under Stentaphone, or this is a new application, right? Too.
Yeah.
This is a new
They
integration.
haven't transferred it yet, probably there. But which is the other company, the Spotter? Which one are you guys working on?
Spotter RF. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if it's on there. You see, Parking Spotter, Spotter RF. There it is. So this is the other partner that Novytec is basically repping, and it's all in a website. So it's all here. Any other products that you guys have that I want to see if we put it on the? There was another. The other one yet
Well,
we
we have
have
many,
also.
okay, but the thing is, okay, that they are all part of the Bosch portfolio. Okay, so we have the intrusion, you have the access control, you have the video. So we do have a lot of things, okay, but most of them, okay, are coming from Bosch.
Yeah, so you see here Bosch intrusion and access control here. So when I click here, one important point is we work together basically. So we have the intrusion and we have the access control integrated with Milestone, and I could show you a little demo after. But all of it is in the landing zone here of this thing called Marketplace. Before I jump and I go to the demo, I just want to, just for completeness, I'm going to go back to the presentation, and I just want to some key takeaways. Okay. So the first, so before I jump on the takeaways, I want to just go over the product portfolio here, and I want to share again the product portfolio, and I want to tell you what the differences are between the few products. So the Essential Plus is a free software. Okay. You can download it. You can use it up to 8 cameras. I'm using it for my home. A lot of people I know, they're using it for if they have chalets. It's a free software. There's no cost, and we don't block anything. All these 9,000 devices that support, you support it. Now, the other two products is the Express and the Professional Plus. When you look at Express and Professional, these products are being phased out. So we have programs in place to move from Express to Express Plus and Professional. But Express Plus is limited to 48 cameras, single server. Professional Plus is basically the most popular product that we have for the mid-market. So the mid-market, because it does not have any type of limitations, number of cameras, number of server, number of client. It's a very, very nice product. Now, when you go in the higher end deployments, where you start requiring redundancy and certain capabilities, multicasting, and a whole bunch of other features, then you play on the expert and the corporate product line. Okay, these are the two ones. These two product lines require certification. Okay, are we good? All right. Now, let me again, before I jump to, I just want to share one thing for you guys, is that this is a unique architecture of Milestone that nobody else has. And I just want to bring it home here, okay? All these devices that I showed you, we support with Milestone, which we showed you the Bosch cameras, we showed you the analytics, we showed all that stuff with Bosch. We have a unique device pack architecture, which nobody else has, okay? Most of my competitors, you need to do a complete software upgrade to add the devices into your software. With Milestone, you don't need to do that. Their device packs are free of charge, and camera manufacturers like Bosch loves working with us, because when they have any new cameras that are out, we're one of the first ones to bring them into Milestone. Okay, so that's huge value added. It's just a driver, And another important message is a lot of my competition, and whenever you're working with the Vigilance of the world, right, and you're competing against these guys, they're probably going to be telling you, yeah, we have a very tight integration. But the problem with a Vigilant has is, yes, with their cameras, they do a tight integration, but if they want to bring any third-party cameras into their product, it's all ONVIF related. So us, we do support ONVIF, but the key thing is we do very strong native integration, and that's what we call it basically. So having native integration, we're allowed to bring in basically a lot of technologies, analytics events, special bandwidth compressions, input, latest codecs, name it, okay? So that's what I want to share with you. So the integrations that we've done with Bosch and what you're going to see right now as a demo, it's all native integration. We're good? Ready to move to the demo? Yes, yes, I assume it's yes.
Okay.
So I have here on my website, and I have, so I'm logging into the Bosch. I'm logging, sorry, I'm logging into the milestone user interface. It's called the Smart Client. Right now, the way I'm demoing this is I'm not running nothing on my computer. All this is running on AWS, and these cameras are connected in AWS in our offices in the US. Okay, so let me start here on the live pane here. When I look at the Bosch here, so let me show you here what we've done with Bosch. And let me go back here. So here, and let me just play back because I missed it so you can understand what's going on. Just 1 second. Be patient with me. Okay, stopped. So what we've done here is we're taking advantage. Again, I mentioned native integration. I mentioned Milestone does not do any analytics, but what we do is we do such a tight integration, we call it native, that allows us to bring all the information from the Bosch camera into Milestone. So in the top right-hand corner, you see a picture. This picture that you guys are seeing is just a snapshot of the web interface of the camera that we've created basically a tripwire. And on this tripwire, we said any of these 3 colors that trip this line here, any bidirectional, I would like you to generate an alarm in the bottom. Once you generate the alarm in the bottom, when you click the alarm, you get to see the actual footage of this alarm, like you're seeing here. And basically, it's associated with a person crossing and he has something red. Pretty good, no? We're taking advantage of the analytics of the Bosch camera. I think it's awesome. On top here, on the top right-hand side, it's just basically a live snapshot. We just decided to do a 2x2 so we could demo this product. Now we have another one here that we've created, and this is basically more geared to our cleaners. And here you're gonna notice again, this is an analytics event. You see it here. So this one here is it's a person, okay? There's a cleaners, and we said similar thing, but it has to be a color of yellow or green. So you notice here, yellow, green, the bounding boxes, and this has a timestamp in that. So these are the alarms coming in and learning performance, and this is another alarm. So this shows basically what's going on here. So this is in terms of events coming into the system, okay? Now, what we've included with the product and what we've been working the past 2 years is to enhance our search engine. For those of you who've been used to Milestone for many years, we never had this thing called search on top. It was called Sequence Explorer, but we had to change the architecture of the smart client to be able to allow us to bring all this third-party stuff into Milestone. So the vision of Milestone is simple, is to be a platform that allows you to do all these investigations on one single user interface, and regardless of what the devices or what manufacturer or what devices are connected to Milestone, we're going to receive the metadata and we're going to do these searches. So here I have a search engine. So this search engine shows between 8:57 p.m. It shows here basically last. So this is all the search engines that I have here, and so then I could do search here, and when I do a search here, I could search for vehicle. Okay, so search for vehicle. Sorry, new search. I pressed the wrong button. You could choose the color of the car, etc. And here you go. So you see all these cars now. Look what's interesting. Click here, and you could control this how many your thumbnails the way you want it to. So you can make it small or large. I'll make it big larger for us. So you see here, I said cars. I found the car. I press play. And this is the car that's parking in the parking lot, okay? This is the other one here. That's another one that parked next to that space here. So there's another guy trying to park basically nicely into or leaving basically. And once again, why is it dark here? Because there's a 3-hour between Eastern and where our offices are. Our offices are in the Pacific in Portland, Oregon. So right now there, when you're looking at 8:57, it's basically 5:57, okay, that you're looking at. So that's why you see basically everything is dark here. So this is basically some examples of that we're doing with, and this is basically the Bosch camera. So what I can do is I could clear this list here, and I could do again here, a Bosch, and I have other Bosch cameras here. So this is the one I showed you. There's another Bosch camera here. I'm just curious to see what's going to show me. And I'm going to clear this because I have a filter. So this is another Bosch camera. So this was a Bosch camera basically that we're identifying. So this is the person walking. So this is the Bosch camera that we were identifying basically the trip line that you saw here. So if I do a search here and basically a search, and I could do basically a search on people, you search, it would basically start showing me all the people here. So all of a sudden now I have people that are related to this. So this is the person coming in. Again, there's no analytics happening from Milestone. All the computation and that is done on the Bosch camera. We receive, so Bosch has a chipset in there, and we receive the metadata and the events into Milestone, and it allows us to do searches. This is the other person over here, right? And then what we can do is you can take a step further. You could edit this and you could say, show me any female person. Do we have any female? There's nothing because her head was turned in the back, right? But if we look any male people here, let me just here. So just here. Sorry, I'm pressing wrong. So you could do basically searches over here. So these are the ones basically that are happening. So the other thing I want to share with you is I can go to the other camera here. I clear this list here, and I could show devices here. And I showed you the other one, and there's another camera over here that's a Bosch camera, another camera here. So again, you could do searches here. But what I like to do is I want to go to the next level here. So let me pick the other camera here, clear this list, go back to the list that I had, which is this one in the parking lot, because I like this camera because it's a large field of view. So remember at the beginning when I did the presentation and I said basically when you go to when you go here on my marketplace, and when we hit on marketplace, what we did here is I searched on Bosch, and when I did a Bosch, I showed you guys the forensic tool. So this is the forensic search. So what I did is I downloaded, I went here, it was simple. What I did is how to install. I went over here and I downloaded this driver. It gives me how to do the driver. And then once I download it, I went back, sorry, I forgot I'm using my client. I went back to my demo site here. So what I did is when I went into my settings here, and when I go here on the left, okay, you guys are gonna see a tool that's called Bosch Forensic. Do you see Bosch? Bosch dewarping, Bosch Forensic, Bosch metadata, all this is in here. So we brought all this tool that Bosch developed into Milestone. And by having that, look what happens now. I do search for, and I have this thing pop up, which just says Bosch Forensic. I click on Bosch Forensic, I say new search, right? I go here, I select here, this is my camera, and this is the camera. And then all of a sudden you see a little line here, a trip line that I created here, and I can go here and add another one, but this is the value of a tight integration with a partner of Bosch. This is the value of native integration, is all the work that the Bosch development team has put in building these analytics and the cameras do not go to waste, because guess what? They can work with a VMS like Milestone, and we can expose all this to you guys in Milestone. Okay, all this can be exposed. So now what you're seeing here is, let me go back here. So this is line. I could edit this line. So this is the line. It's one line. I could say any direction. I say give me a forward direction. I go next, and basically I set it up. So this is the line here. You see it in the forward direction. And I could just put the line anywhere I want to, and it could tell me basically, I could see basically any car that might have come from in here in our parking lot. So set one camera for filter, I've done it, and then it's going to go to the searches and it's going to start finding different results. Any questions so far? You guys like what you see?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Have you guys seen this before demoed?
I think Joe B showed me this one.
Yes.
But not to the extent that you were. It was more recorded stuff. So.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it either.
Good, good. So the key behind, is to provide awareness. And you see this car? This is the car that I did the trip line that it came from that door. So the analytics folks works. That's what I want to share with you. Okay. And this is the value when you have a tight partnership. That's all I have. I just wanted to bring everything together for you guys. And I can sit there, show you the milestone software and that. But the key takeaway is this is what we've been working for the past 2 years together with Bosch. Here's all the details that you see, the tripwire that happened, and it explains it in the bottom. Look in the bottom of the alarm here. It says cross line. It's in the lot, the Bosch camera. And then if you want to know where this cross line happened, you could do basically location. And when I click location, if you have maps, it's going to show you exactly, you see where this camera is facing, like the camera is facing in the parking lot here. Cool. I'll pass it on now back to yourself. Either it's Sean or Mathieu.
Yeah, well, any question? No? We have demo system at the office as well. Okay, so Sean will take over the screen. Basically, okay, we're not going to show the analytics, okay, because Peter, okay, you did a great job, okay, of showing it. We don't have it set it up, okay, as good, okay, as the office at the office. But to this, okay, we're gonna bring other part of our portfolio inside it's inside Milestone. Okay, that means everything related to the access control, and we're going to demo. Sean, do we have Zenitel set up?
Yep.
We do. Okay, perfect. So the Zenitel portion, which is the audio portion, and then Spotter RF for radar detection. So Sean, all yours.
Okay. First of all, can you see my screen, hopefully?
Yep.
Okay. So I always like to just start very quickly into the management side of Expertech, just to show how easy it is to add the access control system from Bosch. So when you log in, and sorry, I'm in the French version right now. When you log in, you'll see on the whole list of items that you can add into the Expertech system. You'll see the access control. You simply right-click on access control, which brings you to the parameters, and then you just tell the where the access control server lies. It can be on a separate server. It can be on the same server as the Milestone system as well. And you just give it a username and password that gives it the authority to log in. And once you've done that, and you've done it all properly, then you'll gain access into all the system commands, all the doors that are programmed, etc. And from there, you can start programming all the events and what to do within the system. So all that gets linked in with actual, cameras. So once you have a door defined, which we do here, you just come on over, select your camera that you have, and drag it over into the door, and then it gets linked to the door. So it's a quick and easy piece to do. Nothing more than that. So that's why I like to show it, that it's very simple and easy to proceed with. Once you have it into the system and you're into the live view, this is just kind of giving you an idea of what we can do, within our small little office. You obviously can add cameras into your maps, but you can also add a card reader into a map, into a view. And we have a couple of cameras as well. So I'll just start with the access control piece. Up at the top here, you have the access control tab. From here, you can go look up individuals. And that's my wonderful picture. I'll look up somebody else in our system as well, which is good old Peter. That's your picture that we have associated with you. So it's just a quick way of looking up individuals and seeing their pictures, etc. You also have the doors that are associated into the system as well, so you can see which door, which camera's associated with that door. You can also do some events like open the door, permanently open the door, give it temporary access, etc. So everything's just quick and easy. In terms of searching for events, which would be corresponding to card transactions, again, you just do quick searches into everything within the system. Back to the live view, then over to the Zenitel. So we've associated a Zenitel view within the system. Although currently, it doesn't look spectacular from the aspect of the visual, but basically what you can do is pick station. These are the multiple stations that we have associated within, and then I can place a call. And so what this is really doing is that the master station that would be right next to this monitoring station, it basically takes control of it. I can make a call from the screen here without having to touch the master station that's right next to me. When a call does come in to the system, the related camera or cameras will pop up on the screen here as well. So everything can be controlled basically from the monitoring station. And one of our units, if I go back to here, sorry, one of our units has a video camera built into the Zenitel Sustentophone. We will be changing this one to the latest and greatest, which has a much better camera attached to it. That'll be done over the next few days, but anyways, just to let you know. So again, everything's built right into the system that we've been showing you over the last little while. And the last one is the Spotter RF. So this is just basically a tile tracking of what's going on within Spotter RF. You might remember this screen when we showed it to you directly off of Spotter a couple of weeks ago. But you can also have your own tab built into this. And within the tab, which is showing you our one radar that we have, and currently no activity, as you can kind of see from the associated video camera. 5 cameras associated if you had multiple cameras around the parking lot. And as something comes into the field of view, pardon me, it does this wonderful tracking as we've seen before. And if it went into this red zone, it would cause an alarm. I've currently got it turned off because we end up getting about 100 alarms in a day during the day. But if there was an alarm, it would simply pop up under the alarms menu, just like any other, such as a door forced open, door held open alarm, etc. And then you would go through your typical way of handling alarms within the milestone system. So that would be from a reporting perspective, you're clearing the alarm, you're dealing with the alarm, and all those show up into reports within the milestone system down the road. So you can see which guard actually dealt with it and how long it took them to deal with it, et cetera, et cetera. Typical management and information management systems too. And that's, the quick, if you wish, the quick and easy way of showing that we have multiple products all being fed into the milestone system for control and viewing and alarm management and so forth. So it's a great one-stop product to have all of them integrated into it. Any questions in regards to it? They're speechless. It's awesome.
It's a lot to digest, right?
Yeah, there seems an awful lot that the system can do, and I'm sure there's a bit of a learning curve to to figuring it all out. What sort of trainings and stuff would be available for, learning some of the ins and outs of this stuff? Is something that you guys offer? Or?
Sorry, training on how to bring it into the system?
Well, I mean, if you get into a situation, I guess where we're maybe even looking at proposing a system, you know,
Yep.
design assistance as well again for that type of scenario, or?
Yeah, so I would say pre-bid, yes, absolutely, we'll help you design it. And from the standpoint of integrating, if I could use that word, the various items within a milestone system, again, we'll be there for your assistance as well. But generally speaking, it's very simplistic. You know, I'm wording that always loosely. But it's normally just a driver or an API that you're loading onto the milestone system for it to be viewed, if I can word it that way. And then your programming of each one of these systems is typically done within their own systems. So as I mentioned with the access control, for instance, you know, you're still setting up AMS as it normally would be. And then once you've done the 3 steps that I showed you before of importing it into Milestone, then it becomes, if I can word it this way, a typical way of managing or creating alarms within Milestone. So the great thing about that is that once you know how to do motion detection alarms from cameras or any other type of alarms from within the Milestone system within, you know, from another product line, you then manage it in the very same way. So if the door forced open alarm would happen, you see it right here. You would clear the alarm, you would close the alarm just like any other. That's the great part about having it all under one milestone, because everything is done the same way, right? So it's really good.
And maybe just a question for Jody from Plexus, but I'm not sure. I know you've got a lot of experience with the Milestone platform. Just not sure, have you done much in the way of integrations yet?
No, we've done basically no integration up to this point, but we are starting to see more opportunities, you know, using the Bosch cameras with Milestone. So hopefully we can get some of that Bosch integration stuff going, you know, to offer some more value to the customer.
Perfect. So I guess that's what we're here for. So.
Yeah. And the great part about that, what Peter was saying, everything's from an analytics perspective is free of charge, right? So what I mean by that is that the cameras have them built in already within the Bosch system. Milestone is simply gaining access to the metadata to be able to do their searches and so forth. And since the camera processes the analytics, you're not doing any analytics processing from a computer perspective. So on other systems, what happens is that it's the server or whatever, you know, computer is doing the actual analytics on each stream. So that takes down the processing power of the server, etc. There's a lot more limitations. So from Bosch's perspective, it's all on the camera and it's already done, so you don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah, the real trick also is to make sure that the customer is aware when they're selecting a camera that they're selecting the camera that has the analytics or level of analytics that they are going to want in the future. In the first place, because that seems to be a problem that I run into. Is they quite often purchase a camera based on the price point, and then later ask about, you know, doing motion or object tracking or just line crossing or stuff like that, which may not be a part of the analytics that's built into the lower cost cameras.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, but one big advantage of a Bosch deployment is, if I'm not mistaken, correct me guys, is the latest, or there's certain chipset of cameras, all the analytics are built in, right?
This is true. So there is a different level of processing power inside each of the different series that we have. Yes, there is let's say, Jody, okay, you remember, okay, let's say the 3000, 4000, 5000. So this is cameras, okay, that have EVA on board, so essential video analytics. So basically, this is all the same analytics, okay, from a 7,000 or 8,000. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is, you will not have the same processing power, okay, meaning that maybe outside on an exterior camera, okay, you won't get that, you know, um, that fine tuning, okay, against the weather, okay, and everything else. So basically, yes, we do have to select the camera, okay, properly, but we have analytics on each of our camera as for today. Yes.
Yeah, but they're not the same level of analytics, and not all the analytics are available on the 3 and 4,000 series. Is that correct?
I think that all the rules are there. Yes. It's just a matter of processing power, like I said. Okay, so these are will be for short distance exterior or interior analytic only. So when you move on to 7,000, 8,000, this is where, okay, you can benefit more specific analytics, okay, because you can have the camera trainer now, which is that free license, okay, to unlock the camera trainer that will let you define whatever you want inside your analytic.
The other thing I want to make point out is the following: is a lot of competitors of Bosch, Milestone, are leading with analytics to the end user, and they're wowing them with the analytics. And although they might never, ever going to use these analytics, they get wowed and they get the job, right? So the key takeaway is, again, is make sure that the end user is aware that we do have these capabilities also with a partnership with Milestone and Bosch. Okay.
Yeah. And you can also bring other things inside Milestone, right, Peter? Like voice reconnection, license plate. Well, license plate capture will be at the camera, okay, but the license plate recognition, okay, can be done through Milestone as well, right?
Yes, correct. So we have all the so in order to respond to any RFP or respond to any end user requests from a security, analytics, name it perspective, there's no question, ifs and buts, that we have the solutions. That's all I want to share with you. And we have better solutions because it's not one stop shop where you manufacture everything. We have better solutions because we can propose a customer not one, two, maybe three or four LPR solutions, and they can do a trial and choose them, where none of our other competitors can do that because they want to push their own LPR. Okay. So that's our strength, basically. In Milestone, we do have an LPR. We do have an LPR, but again, because we push a lot our partners. If you look at my in my website, if you would look at my website, not my website, but sorry, now my demo site, we added now another company called PlateSmart. PlateSmart is a direct competitor of Milestone's Analytics, but it doesn't matter. We don't care because these are added stuff. So, as long as they're integrated together, somebody's happy with PlateSmart, we sell them, let them buy PlateSmart. But at least we get pull-in revenue for us for our software, and we don't lose it.
All right. Any other question, guys?
Make a comment just in regards to the actual Milestone website. Yeah, there was some stuff on there that I didn't realize existed, so I'll definitely be doing some poking around today looking at that. It's a lot of valuable information, a lot of, I guess everything you need is there, right? So.
Yeah. In between myself and Joe, if you have any questions, no question is a stupid question. Like, we definitely, the more we get you guys up to speed, the more you get to push the product, right? Confidently.
Yeah, I think that's the key there. So.
All right, so I hope you have enjoyed all these sessions. Okay, I hope that you have more knowledge now, okay, than you had before, okay, on various things regarding security. Like I mentioned so many times, okay, don't be shy, okay, to call us, chat with us, okay. We're here to help. We're here to our forte is to design stuff, design security stuff, systems, right? So this is what we're paid for that, okay. So So use us. Whatever type of request that you have, we'll be glad to help. That's for sure.
We're good?
Yeah, well, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Interesting
Thank you.
information.
Thanks,
You be safe. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye now.
Thank you.